Hey guys, it's Jason with Price Mortgage, and I'm back here today with home inspection and why you need to get a home inspection, but you don't really need to get a home inspection, right? It's not mandatory,
Nope.
not with FHA or conventional loans. It's not mandatory. However,
It's recommended.
would you say it's a good idea, Nick?
It's a very good idea.
It's a very good idea because you haven't lived in the home. The owner is supposed to tell you what's going on with the home, but are they really going to tell you?
No.
No. How often does the owner walk up on the roof?
Pretty much never.
How often does the owner get up in the attic?
Once in a while, maybe to store some stuff.
Yeah, but I don't think they're looking
don't
for
really go looking for
wires
anything,
or
no.
trusses or anything like that.
Absolutely
right?
not.
And then how often do I go out as a homeowner myself? How often do I go check my water heater?
When it breaks.
Yeah, when there's water on the ground.
When it breaks.
So Nick's here in the valley, and I have a few hard questions for Nick today, and it stems from some experiences that I've had with some of my loan borrowers, and one of those is the inspector liable for anything they don't catch when you order a home inspection?
Yes and no, because here's the problem. We do our best to capture anything or find anything in the home. The problem is there's a window, 30 to 45 days between the time we're there and the time it closes. And especially if the home is occupied, we don't know what's going to happen after
You're usually
that.
out there like the first week
Well,
of
the
the
first
contract.
in that 10-day period, so we don't know what's going to happen. I mean, the more liability would be like if we break something, but then even then, it depends on what it is. I've had where a valve broke during normal operation, just trying to turn the handle and it broke.
So what you should expect when you do order a home inspection is a guy or a gal to go in there that's licensed to be a home
Correct.
inspector.
You have to be licensed.
And they're going to go in there in a couple hours and try and figure out everything that's wrong with the house
Yeah.
in a couple hours.
And it's very difficult sometimes.
That sounds like a tough job.
It is, especially if you went in an occupied house, you can't see everything. You got furniture. I can't see, but we're not.
Washer and dryer.
Washer, dryer behind there. We do look behind there. I have seen where you see some water damage, and so you report that, but you can't tell if it's been fixed or what's going on unless you actively see a leak.
And I was telling you a story about some friends of mine who bought a home, and the inspector went in there, didn't catch mold behind the wall in the washroom. And then once they moved in, within 30 days, they found it. And they were mad at the inspector.
But again, we don't have X-ray vision. We can't see inside the walls. We have occasionally, I have spotted a leak before I got out of Crazyville. But you can have a pinhole leak that you can't see. You can't see the water damage.
Right.
So that's going to build up over time, and then, like I said, we can't see it. We don't have a way to see that.
I saw that you are in the midst of getting your general contractor's license.
Yes.
Which to me, I thought, wow, I think every inspector should have a GC license. So what are the qualifications? How do you get to be an inspector?
So for home inspection, the state requires us to take a course, and it's 100 hours course, and then you have to pass a national exam. And then once you take the national exam and pass that, then you actually have to go train with another inspector or inspectors for 30 inspections individually to kind of get the gist of what you're looking for.
Not quite as bad as the appraisal. Like to become an appraiser.
Yeah, it's like a 2-year process.
Yeah. You have to be like tag along with someone for years.
But so you can get your license at that point, but my caution to you, that means anybody can go and take it. Doesn't mean they know what they're looking for after 30 inspections. There's a lot out there that even now after a couple thousand inspections, I still find stuff, that I've never seen before. So if you're not trained, you don't know what you're looking for.
And I think the same thing applies to my business as a loan officer and to realtors. So I know when I'm taking the loan officer tests, the federal and the state, it really has nothing to do with the day-to-day grind.
No, it doesn't.
And all the people's different scenarios. So I can understand that a lot of people would live in houses differently and treat their homes way differently.
Completely.
There's different types of homeowners out there.
Definitely.
I mean, when you go and inspect, like, say, an iBuyer, say like a Zillow for sale or an Open Door for sale.
Or any of those, yeah.
What's the difference when you go in to inspect those homes versus, say, like someone that's selling their home on their own? Do Do you find more problems or less problems, or is it equal?
I would say it's probably about equal. The iBuyer doesn't, they used to, but they do not do a home inspection before they buy it anymore. So they just buy it as is. And they do that for liability reasons. But I have been in one recently that was probably worse than some of the, regular homes I see. Some of the worst offenders, honestly, are probably flip homes.
Flip homes, yeah. So they're trying to put the lipstick on the pig.
Basically, they go in and
hide it.
A lot of the stuff is hidden more like in the attic, like electrical hazards and stuff like that. They kind of just patch it up. They try to make it look good, and you look in there, house looks amazing inside. But once I go in there and start finding stuff, it's like, okay, they did everything inside, but the roof's bad. There's electrical issues. There's leaks somewhere. It just can be going on and on.
So if you are looking for a home, look at how long it's been since the last sale to understand if it's a flip or not. You can easily find that online. So if somebody wants to get a home inspection, if I'm going to sell my home, should I get it inspected first or wait until it gets under contract to figure out all my problems?
So there's a benefit if you get what we call a seller's inspection. For instance, let's say a 20-year-old house, a lot of times you're about ready for a roof maybe, depending on how long you've been in the home. So with the seller's inspection, it gives you a little more leverage. You can go in there, find out what's wrong, and see if you're ready. Because if I come in there as a buyer's inspector and tell you need a new roof and you don't have any of your budget to put in a new roof,
that's going to blow my mind.
You're going to blow the sale.
I'm going to start panicking.
Right. And so then you're rushing to try to find somebody to fix it. So it doesn't give you time to get a proper estimate.
I don't really see a lot of sellers getting
No, they
a home
don't.
inspection
Unfortunately, I
before they
do
sell.
occasionally get a seller's inspection. It's because of the market, I think, right now.
Because it's a hot seller's
market. It's a
market.
hot seller's market. But at the same time, if you want to save money when you're selling the house, you want to be prepared for anything unexpected that you don't realize.
Right, because what I always see agents do is the buyer's agent will agree to your sales price, right? And then they'll go use the home inspection, they'll drop the Benzer report, and then they'll start beating you down on a seller for more concessions. Or
a roof's like, give me $10,000, $15,000 depending on what's wrong. I mean, if it needs a full replacement.
Exactly.
I mean, are you ready for that?
So if you're a seller, maybe think about calling Nick first.
Yeah, please.
Before you put it on the market, and then you're gonna be able to know exactly, Then if another inspector comes in,
you kind of already had the heads up.
Yeah, you already know.
You've already taken care of it.
Yeah, if they find something different, you're gonna have to question whether that's real or
And every inspector is a little bit different. They're not. I mean, they should technically find everything the same, but everybody's got, I think, their own kind of pattern.
Style,
not every inspector is the same.
No,
not by a long shot. I've seen reports from other inspectors, and I go in like, why didn't you get, or the real cheap inspectors.
The discounted. We'll call them discounted.
The discounted inspector. You're spending anywhere from $200,000 to $400,000 or $500,000 for a home. It's a huge investment, and you're going to save $50 to $60 on an inspection. It's going to cost you $10,000 later.
Yeah. So if you are looking to buy a home or sell a home, Nick's services are fantastic. He's got a great reputation here in Arizona, and he does travel, so he does the whole valley.
Yep.
Is that correct?
Correct.
Yep. East, west, north, and south. So Nick, what's your number?
623-680-0707.
And our number is going to be down here.
Yep.
So for you to call. So appreciate you guys tuning in today. And until next time,